So I wanted to touch on the very basics of the energy mechanics of an up and a down. In our world, within us, around us, in our thoughts and our feelings, body and our body parts, the people that we know, pretty much everything can have an energetic up and a down. An up meaning that the energy can flow upwards, and that may connect to something which some may call divine, sacred, or may even just flow upwards and just have a good feeling connected to it. That may also be associated with feelings of being light, having clarity, maybe peace, maybe greater creativity, ideas, and even the flow state. And then a down is where energy basically flows downwards, and that may be associated with feelings of feeling contraction, a pain, confusion, maybe rage, and just generally feelings that just don't feel so good. So I like to live an up lifestyle, and so basically what I do throughout my day is just choose things and do things which basically have an up on it. And if I do do many things which have an up to it, it just adds so much more value and aliveness and more happiness and connection to me overall. And that's ultimately why I share this with you. So, for example, through my day, I might have some breakfast in the morning and I'll have some muesli. So that muesli in particular, I went to the supermarket and then I chose the muesli which has the biggest up on it. So that when I eat that muesli, I can tap into a more higher connection. I might feel lighter. Like, have you ever noticed that when you eat certain foods, you might just feel a lightness to it? It's probably because it is because it has an up on it. And so other things, like I may throughout my day, maybe I'll go and listen to some music, and then when I listen to the music, I'll choose. I only listen to music which I have a very specific connection and a really good feeling towards, or I get in the zone with. I don't actually listen to albums, I just pick specific music that I like, and that's what I like to do. So when I listen to music, I'm just always like on a high, basically. Interestingly, I went to buy some headphones more recently, and so I was looking at each of the different headphones, and there's different brands. I won't go into the brands, and like different brands can have an up on it or a down on it, but so I picked headphones which had again the biggest up on it. So when I put it on, I can tap into the music even higher. I feel really good when I wear headphones which have an up on it. You feel higher and better. Whereas if I had picked headphones which have a down on it, I might feel, or if I'm conscious and I pay attention, I might feel a tightness, maybe a contraction. The last ones I had where I would put it on, when I'd put it on, I'd feel like even some slight pain around my ears. So there's actually, there was a down on that one. Also, what else, I like in the home, you might have a place in your home which you might already know right now. If you can probably think of it right now, there might be somewhere in your home which might have a down on it. It might not feel so good. It might be some sort of space or in some sort of drawer. This just needs a clean up or a touch up. So if it has a down on it, you could easily just throw it in the bin or something like this, or if it's easily disposable. But preferably, like in my home, I choose to have an up in every room, and ideally everywhere as you can, so that when, for example, in this room, when I'm here, I feel connected. When I do my work, and for example, when I make a video, I have this higher connection that I can tap into. I also like to meditate, and meditation is another beautiful thing to really tap into a good up and to get your day to be really connected throughout your day. I just also want to add how fascinating it is in our culture and our society. We unconsciously know an up and a down. And for example, in our words and the sayings that we use, we have words like, we describe words like, you're so upbeat, you have an upbeat personality, or, we're uplifting, Or when we feel up, we raise our hands, or we smile and our mouth goes up, and this has this up to it. And then when we feel down, like we might, head can tilt down, and then we hunch over, and that there's down to it, and we have sayings that are like, why'd you bring me down? Or you're digging a hole for yourself, you're down, and why are you down? These kinds of sayings. So there is this up and a down that we kind of already know about, but we don't know the mechanics of actually just the energy goes up, energy goes down. So just another interesting phenomenon I want to share is like when, for example, if you were to feel my heart, when you feel, or at least when I feel like horizontally inwards. And like I said, when we're feeling an up, it can be associated with a feeling of lightness. So if you're feeling into my heart, as you go deeper, you might feel a lightness. So when you feel this lightness, you're actually feeling an up as well. So the energy is actually going up for you as well. And this energy goes up as well. So it's fascinating because it's this horizontal inwards, but it's actually going up as I feel into it. The other interesting thing I want to share is that I actually ultimately live an up lifestyle and a centered lifestyle. And the centeredness is basically where you can be unfazed by the downs in your life. Be it, some sort of issue at work, or some sort of altercation, or maybe the car wouldn't work. When you have a centeredness, it's easier to you'll be less phased, and it's easier to maybe tap into some kind of compassion and maybe come to a place of solution and harmony much, much, much more quicker. And so I like to live a centeredness and an up lifestyle. And I think if you combine the two, you can really tap into a life that you really love and navigate, everything in life. So you can master the ups and you can master the downs in your life, internally and externally. It's all up to you. You can do it. I also do one-on-one sessions with people. I help people in a nutshell. I help people come to a place of centeredness and come to a place where they have a great up on them, because people can have a great up on them as well as a big down on them as well. And there's much more to it. So that was just the basics of an up and a down. But if you feel drawn or called to have a session with me or to connect with me, let me know. Maybe post below comments what you may discover is an up or a down energetically in your life or in your home. And I look forward to share more, so feel free to subscribe, and I'll share more again.